having to adjust his glasses to prevent them from slipping off his nose. When they slip off, it leads to annoyance, disruption of work, and more. One day, Lucas found a solution: Opti-Gripz. Opti-Gripz is a unique, proprietary, patent-pending material used on glasses at the nose and earpieces. We will use a unique material that has the ability to hold up to 700 pounds without slipping off, and it is easily removed without leaving a mark. It eliminates slipping glasses and allows you to enjoy yourself during exercise, work,
that was enough for me.
I see it thinking back there.
Yeah. I like a smile though.
outdoor activities, and more. You too can be free from this annoyance. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Opti-Gripz and sign up now to be the first to try this evolutionary product.
Alright, so my name is Shivam. I am the CEO of Opti-Gripz.
My name is Simisala Adedoni. I am the CFO of Opti-Gripz.
My name is Kamal Khan and I am the CMO of Opti-Gripz.
So when I was in 7th grade, I signed up for my first ever year of playing organized sport, and that was track and field. And I always had the problem of my glasses slipping off when I was running or like doing something physical, having some type of exercise or something. And I realized, well, I can't be the only one. So in the beginning of this year, in August and September, when we were thinking of problems and problem reviews and stuff like that, I realized, well, Simisala wears glasses. Why don't I ask her? Maybe she experiences the same problem. And to my surprise, she said, yeah. So from that day on, a journey between the three of us started, and we started pursuing a revolutionary product that would change the optical industry.
So, Opti-Gripz is a revolutionary product which utilizes new and advanced materials that allows us to stop glasses from slipping and falling. The unique material that Opti-Gripz uses is called Gexskin. Gexskin uses off-the-shelf materials which makes it cheap and comfortable. Then, Gexskin replicates the genetics of geckos, which allows it to be removed and applied at ease. A single index scar size pad of Gexskin can hold up to 700 pounds, which enables us to produce more for less. This proves that Gexskin is the best material to be used to help stop glasses from slipping and falling. Opti-Gripz will be applied to the nose pad of the glasses, which will provide a firm grip that will stop glasses from slipping. Our main customer is optical centers. We decided on optical centers because we thought it would be easier to sell and apply our product to the customer's glasses. In an optical center, the customer will be asked whether they want Opti-Gripz for their glasses, alongside with other options for them to choose. Afterwards, Opti-Gripz can be applied to the nose pad if they choose to do so. By selling to optical centers, their customer base would also become our customer base.
So we have two main competitors. One is Nordrax. Nordrax is a glue-like material that you apply to the nose pad of your glasses, as the picture shows. But Nordrax, the problem with Nordrax is that it has to be applied every single day. So every single morning you wake up, you have to apply it every single day. So for this size, it costs about $10. And our second main competitor is Keep-Ons. Keep-Ons, you apply it to the earpiece of your glasses. But we noticed that Keep-Ons is stylish and noticeable. So we aim to differentiate our product from Nordrax and Keep-Ons by applying our product to be used, will not be used every single day, but it will last us longer and also will be more comfortable for the users.
So Opti-Gripz is unique in the fact of itself that something like this has never been done before, because usually when the nose pads are made, they're made of silicone, and it's the only material that it's made of. So with Gexskin, we've noticed that, well, with Gexskin, that we've had numerous calls with the CEO of Full Silver, which is commercializing Gexskin, and the professor that created it, his name is Bill Crosby, and the CEO, his name is Rana Gupta. And we've had numerous long hour-long calls, and we've gone back and forth talking about what it is and how the process is, how much it's going to cost, how long it will take to even get things started. And he's even agreed that he will help us in any way possible, and he's even sent us a 2-page overview about costs and everything like that.
So our market size, our total addressable market is 670 million people. And we received this number by multiplying the total population of people in America, which is about 320 million people. We multiplied that number by 64%, and 64% represents the amount of people in the United States that wear glasses. So that number, it gives us 204.8 million people. So that number then is then multiplied by 2, which is the frequency of use, and our price, which is $1.99, to get our total addressable market of $670 million. Then we now narrow that down to the people in Illinois that wear glasses. So we multiply the people who wear glasses, 204.8, by, we multiply that number by 4%, which is people in Illinois that wear glasses, and also by 25%, because we're assuming that we'll be able to receive 25% of them. And that number gives us about 2 million people. And then that number 2 million is multiplied by 2, which is the frequency of use, and our price, to get our total, our sizable addressable market of about $16 million.
We plan on increasing our sales by increasing the amount of money we spend on advertising. For example, we plan on advertising more on social media, as well as we plan on selling to more optical centers. By increasing our marketing and selling to more optical centers, we will see a growth in our revenue.
So the financial model, in the first year we lose money because that's due to the expenses of the startup cost and the administrative cost. But after that, we increase money because we increase, as mentioned, our advertising and our advertising money. So by increasing that price, the money we spent on advertising, we're able to increase our revenue.
So we're asking for $41,000 for a 15% stake, and we got $41,000 because initially get things started with Fulsuma, it is about $20,000 to get a statement of work and all that started, and we just asked for $10,000 just as a cushion, just in case. And the 15% we got by using a model in which we put in our startup costs, our 5-year forecast, our income, and all that, and we got our pre-evaluation, a post-evaluation number, and then we put in all those, and we got 15%. And after about 5 years to 6 years, we're thinking of selling the business. So by putting in $41,000, you guys would be getting back about 10.3% back, 10 times 3, 10.3%. So that's $420,990. And we'd like to end by selling it to a larger manufacturer, something like Luxottica or Tenfate, and those are 2 of the biggest ones that are in the optical industry. They're both manufacturing companies, and so if by selling to them, we'd be getting a lot of money back. So who's ready to invest with us? And remember, Opti-Gripz, with Opti-Gripz, glasses don't slip. That's it.
How you feeling?
Better.
Yeah. Is this something that you kind of got through this process here, and you're right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good job. I'm glad you feel good. I feel good for you. I think again, like I was saying to the last group, it's amazing how far you've come. And that GEXSkin never heard anything about it until this particular class, and that's really awesome. How long have you known about GEXSkin?
We found out in like December because we were just doing research, and we actually tried like with this. We tried using heat shrinking tubes and seeing if that could cause like non-slipperiness, and I tried and it was still like a little wobbly. So then we kept researching and we found GEXSkin.
Yeah. The minimal viable product, right? What did you do for that?
So we created a website, and in the website, the video which just showed you,
Yeah.
and in the end, sign up. But we had some technical difficulties. We were able to see the people who went to the website, but it didn't send it through the Google Sheet, so we were unable to see who signed up and the email responses.
Mm-hmm.
But we had about like 107 views on the website, but we just weren't able to see the responses.
So you had 170 views?
107, about
Oh,
107.
107?
Yeah.
So the purpose of the MVP is to determine whether or not it's going to be a viable product, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I've got a little bit of difficulty in that. I understand that you did the website and you had a video and that you had 107 people come look at it, but how is it that you determined that the proper target market was the stores and the optical stores rather than going directly to the consumer? How did you figure that one out?
Well, we actually had help with our mentor. His name's Scott Schner, and he actually said that it'd be easier just to go with the optical centers instead of like glass and manufacturers, because they're the ones that have the customer base, and by having our company with like the optical centers,
Yeah.
if like the customer comes into the store and they say, because usually you have options like, can I get polycarbonated lenses and like these type of lenses? So then why can't you get like these type of nose pads, like Opti-Gripz nose pads? So we kind of thought, well, it'd be easier just to start with the optical centers.
So I understand that was kind of like a pivot for you a little bit. It hadn't been proven yet though, right? Because you hadn't really had any conversation yet with any of the optical centers. You haven't talked to them about it, so you really don't know how well received it will be. Is that fair to say?
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, and you were talking about the little card, and that the card, you can basically cut it up or whatever, and put it on the actual
Yes,
glasses, right? Did you happen to get a sample of that? Was that possible?
Because they're still in development. It's like they're still in testing and stuff. It's going to take about 2 to 3 years still to get things started, and so they're still testing on like skin and all that stuff. So after 2 to 3 years, then they'll be able to give us a sample and stuff. There's
Did
like
you say 2 to 3 years?
yeah.
So I mean, this isn't something that.
Yeah, I mean, when we initially get things started, it's going to be a while.
So when you were talking about, I was looking at your numbers, and your projected numbers, you had year one, you had revenue of like 40-some thousand or something like that. If you want to go back to that slide, we can take a look at it. So in here, 48,357 is revenue in year one. How do you have year one revenue of 48,000 when you don't have a product yet?
We just estimated that, because we know that how much it's going to be for the material. It's about like 25 cents, and then to put on those pads, like another 10 cents. So we know how much it's going to cost for the product, and then like to selling it to optical centers, we decided on first set it'd be like $199, and we just put in a number of like we estimated how much we'd be able to sell in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. And then,
Do you understand my question?
I think this is based on like when we get started. So this is what.
Okay, so year one would be
2019. it could be,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, I got you. So up until year one, you're not really making any sales yet. Okay. So that's projected for maybe it's year 3 up there.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Is GexSkin going to have to go, like, is that going to be treated as like a cosmetic product? Are they going to have to go through the same, otherwise the Food and Drug Administration, you should do any research to find out what is it that they have to pass from a compliance kind of perspective with the product touching the skin?
I don't think they have anything.
They haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, I mean, they have patents and stuff, and this just came out like in 2012, so they're still developing it. So I don't, maybe it's that I don't understand your question.
If for some, I'll rephrase. If for some reason GexSkin dies, let's say that this thing's dead on arrival and it can't pass because it's causing rashes or issues with people's skin, what is the plan B from a product perspective?
And they're just gonna keep it on where it is, because the product that they're testing on skin, they're just changing to a little differently. They're just calling it Get-On Skin, but then they probably just have it as a, I guess, GexSkin, and just have it for materials, not for skin.
Right.
He's
because
asking
it's
if
already
you guys
being-
have a plan B.
Yeah, like is it possible that GexSkin fails because it won't work on skin or because of issues of irritating skin? Like what would happen if GexSkin gets taken off of the
Is your
plant?
model based around just using GexSkin, or
Yeah.
do you have any alternatives?
Well, yeah, we do, but we're not exactly sure on them yet. Like, for example, this one, using heat shrinking tubes, that might be one, and then some other ones, but
Mostly our model is based on GexSkin.
yeah.
And then so they're like researching right now, to like make sure they are able to.
What kind of agreement do you have with GexSkin for them not to go out direct and bypass you guys?
They've actually sent us a 2-page overview, and that's what the 20,000 is going to go for, statement of work and all that. So. get things started.
Have you asked them for like a non-disclosure agreement or something where they, like, I think, Ted is saying where they can't take the idea and?
Yeah.
Do you have that already? Did they sign that? Is that something that?
I don't know, we still have to sign everything. We would have, because they're waiting for how this is gonna go to really see how they might continue with us.
So you're valuing the company right now at $273,333. That's the value of your company.
Yeah.
And you're
Those value.
basing that basically on what? Why is it worth $273,000?
That's based on like a 5-year revenue to get to that number, and plus like the 15% like discount rate, and that gives us like what our value is worth right now. So it's based on 5-year revenue.
Have you guys considered part of your model, this may be something, that has to be adjusted if you go forward, is your revenue model is based on $1.99, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think the optical center might want a little cut of that?
Yeah. So like it's also like based on like how much we could get, and we're gonna sell it like in bulks. So it's not like $1.99 could like be not more than one. So that price we have to adjust it as the product comes in.
Right, but that's the consumer price, so you're gonna have to
Yeah.
sell it to the optical center for
Yeah.
less than that.
Yeah.
So hold on a second.
Right.
Let me get a little clarification on that. Because I saw that you had 25 cents
Yeah.
was for a pad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but how many glasses can you make out of that one pad? Like how many can be made out of that?
You can probably make about like 50 to 100.
So what's the actual cost? If I've got a pair of glasses, what do you anticipate the cost is going to be to you to make one pair of glasses work? How much?
Center two.
How much?
Center two.
1 penny or two?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're charging $1.99 to.
For the optical centers, yeah, and they'll probably raise the price up too.
So that $1.99 is the wholesale price to the optical
That's
center.
not retail.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if it works for $1.99, I'm sure they can upsell that for
Yeah.
$10 if they want.
Yeah, you think of the other upgrades to glasses, polycarbonate lenses or tinting, I mean, these are much more expensive
And
retail price
Also
upgrades.
considering like, because glasses are already like $200, adding another $10 won't be that much of a problem for them.
And then who manufactures it?
The company's called Felsuma.
How do I spell
Felsuma.
And that company will be the manufacturer. Where do they come from?
They're in Massachusetts too.
They're Massachusetts?
Yeah.
What's their affiliation with Gexskin?
They're actually the commercialized.
Yeah.
They're the commercialization company for Gexskin and Professor.
So when you pay for the research and development on this first go around, somehow, some way, I figure that's like what, 20 grand or $20,000?
Right.
Okay. Who does that get paid to?
That goes to Rana Gupta, the CEO of Felsuma.
That goes to who?
The CEO of Felsuma, Rana Gupta.
Oh, it goes to Felsuma.
Yeah.
It doesn't go to the university?
Well,
They're
some of
like-
it, that's between them.
they're
We're
like
just,
tied.
right now, he said that we'd be talking with them officially.
Okay, so Felsuma has an agreement with University of Massachusetts.
Yes.
Okay. And you're privy of contract, which means your relationship is not with the University of Massachusetts. Your relationship is with Felsuma.
Right.
Guys, is it my understanding that obviously you're not the only ones interested in, commercializing Gexskin, that they are researching several applications that would require skin contact? Felsuma is mainly a biomedical device company, so it's being
You can see
researched.
there's a lot of applications, right?
Yes.
Medical,
Yeah, that's
Right.
why we have,
EKG patches.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
that's why we apply a utility patent too, for them. So that only we can use it for our reason.
So one of the things on your video, which it went pretty quick, I don't know if it was, if I looked down or something, but you're talking about the amount of strength that this particular patch had. Can you talk a little bit about that? It was like something like 700 pounds?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
how
so,
does that work?
so you want to
Okay, so you go up to 700, like a pad, like a index card size, go up to 700 pounds. Like you could easily lift up and you could easily be removed at the same time. So we're trying to apply that to the glasses, that like technology to the manufacture of the glasses.
You know what it's made out of? Is it like silicone, carbon
It's
fiber?
off-the-shelf
It's off-the-shelf materials, yeah. So they've just replicated like the body structure of geckos and kind of made it and used it into like fabrics and stuff like that that are off the shelf. And they've created like a gek skin. They've come up with that. And it actually works. Like there's videos and stuff like that.
I think you did a really good job in explaining your competition when you talk about Nerd Wax. And it must be irritating that I would have to apply that on a daily basis. So that you just, as soon as I heard that, Nerd Wax was off the shelf, right? I'm not interested in that. Then you talked about this other one, keep-ons, and you're talking about, I think it was two things. One, you said it was like not stylish, and then the other one, I think you said something about it being not comfortable, possibly, right? How is it that gek skin is going to be stylish? What is it you're going to do that's going to make it an attractive type of a product? Are we going to see it at all?
We're mostly aiming for it to be unnoticeable.
Yeah.
So
It's
like,
just so if it's on the nose pad, it's not even going to be seen. You're not even
Right.
going to be able to see it. But with
Okay.
keep-on, since it's on the side, you can see it.
And it comes in like plenty of different colors, like red, so it's like highly noticeable.
So you can put it in any color you want, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay. All right.
One last question on your TAM, and I think maybe during your MVP this came up too. This concept of, is your addressable market like prescription eyeglass wearers, or I feel like you could almost double it, not double, but you can increase that number significantly if you looked at sunglass wearers.
like right now we're just aiming for the prescription.
Okay.
Initially, it would be prescription, but then will it spread out into like sunglasses and all that?
So is it just in here on the nose piece?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
sunglasses.
So you're really not gonna see the,
Mhm.
from the outside
Yeah.
anyway?
Okay.
And what's the life expectancy of the piece that you use?
We don't know that yet because they're somebody's still researching the product.
What'd you say the life expectancy?
They don't know.
But one thing that I think I saw on a video at one point was multiple uses. So like, for instance, like a piece of Scotch tape. I put it on, it gets a little hair-like fibers on there, I take it off, I can't use that Scotch tape anymore.
Right.
But with this gek skin, it's exactly like the gecko in that it'll walk up and down walls 1,000, 2,000 times, get dust on it, doesn't even matter. It's going to continue to stick.
Yeah.
So this particular product, I think the Ted's point is, this may work. You know, you said that Nerd Wax has to be applied every day. This particular product, I think the key of it is it could be working forever, and my glasses will wear out prior to this thing wearing out. Is that correct? Is that a truthful statement?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Yeah,
Okay,
possibly.
that's pretty huge. Sorry.
Sure you were never a trial lawyer?
What?
You sure you were never a trial lawyer?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Just to follow. So, I know, like, I go somewhere and I'll do the ups when I go places, and I would definitely put something like this, in particular on my glasses, because I have a small face. But what happens to me is I get home and I don't want to ever go back to the eyeglass place if it wears off. So, is there a location for me to figure out, like, I would go online and try to buy it somewhere online and have it direct shipped?
Oh yeah.
And then I'd put it on all like my kids' sunglasses, like, and then I'd find out how great it sticks, and I'd find another use for it, and then I'd reorder more. And so, I feel like the utility patent's awesome, but is there a way for me to go buy these little pads on their own? I think it's an amazing sounding product, to be honest with you. And so, as a very busy homemaker with lots of kids, I'd have a lot of use for this product of
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, and I think that to the point, it's the MVP, and I think you may have found that out. And as a matter of fact, it would be much easier for you to sell it at an enterprise level if you first sold it on a retail consumer level. Yeah, because at that point you're saying, hey, I've got 10,000 people that are already using it, and you may want to consider going ahead and offering this to your customers. Right, but.
I thought you guys did a really good job.
Yeah, congratulations. Wow. Thank you.
I'm not officially on the panel, but I just like taking you back.
Did you watch the Jerk